Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another thrilling edition of the program. In today's episode of I haven't changed my spark plugs and coils in about 200,000 kilometers, we have this Nissan Patrol Y62. So customer contacted me and said, hey Andrew, I want to change my coil packs and my spark plugs because they haven't been done and the vehicle is misfiring. He also then said, I took it to another shop and I wasn't very happy with the price I was given, so I bought all my parts and can you install them? So the parts he's given me are these are an iridium plug, so it kind of makes sense why it's messing up a bit, but I think it's more coil pack related because it's more a symptom of when he fires it up, which I'll show you in a second, it's actually running sweet. But then when it gets hot, then it starts to misfire. Typical coil pack problem. So it's running okay now, but when he takes it for a drive, it then starts to run like shit. From there, engine lights come on, so he was telling me, and then it's coming up as a multiple misfire code. So before the car gets too hot from running it too long, we're gonna start and remove these coil packs and these spark plugs. We're gonna start from the passenger side first because it does seem to be a little bit more compact in there, so we'll get that out of the way. And then from there, we'll chuck it all together and it should be running a hell of a lot better. In regards to these coils real quick, they are marked from 1 to 8. Now, again, the customer supplied this to me and he was told by the parts guy, these go in a specific order. But they have the same part number on every single box and they look identical. So I'm gonna throw them in and it should be fine. But I could be wrong. So to make this easier, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna remove as much stuff out of the way as possible. When I'm doing a job like this, sometimes you want to be a bit lazy and leave some things here and there, but it ends up costing you twice as long as it would have taken to just remove the stuff. So I'm going to remove this cover first. Keep everything organized, put it all to the side, keep all the bolts where they're supposed to be, so when we reinstall it, we don't mess it up. Now, plenty more room. Although maybe not extra room in regards to accessing it, but still enough room so we can remove some of this stuff. There is also a lot of access in this wheel arch on both sides. So if we get stuck, if we need more access, we can definitely get them through here, but after looking at this, it might just be easier to go this way. That's what I'm talking about. Look at how much room we got in here. But also there is plenty of room to actually get a few of them at the top here. So we're going to take these easier ones out and then see how we go. Still going to remove this air box. Oh yes! We'll block this intake so nothing goes in there and destroys the engine. Now look how much access we can get. This one, easy to get that one. Get that one, might have to go underneath to get that one. But compared to the other side, we got plenty of room. So let's start ripping these out. We've got plenty of access. Push down, pull back. And now, a little 10 mil. I mean, it's the same part, which is good. But the main thing now is let's see what these spark plugs look like. 14 mil or the equivalent sized empirical socket will get this out. Well, it's out, and I mean, it looks a little bit different. I mean, but is it me or is this one a little bit longer, the NGK? Perhaps it's a thread that makes it up, but it does look a little bit longer. I'll just do some research. Ooh.
Hello, Andrew Mechanic.
Hey man, what's happening?
What's going on? I just had to drop down the shop to grab some stuff for my fucking lunch.
Just looking at these spark plugs, so the ones you provided, I mean,
Yep.
they're slightly shorter.
They said they're the right part run, so he looked up online or looked up on his little computer fucking thing and said these are the ones that we use and these are the long tread ones for the Nissan Patrols.
There's a lot of differences to it, like massive, man. I don't really feel comfortable running it. In fact, I would highly recommend you get a different spark plug.
You want me to come in and grab you and we'll go back down?
Yeah, sure, come grab me if you want.
I'll be there in about 5.
Shit, no worries, man. So you heard, I could be wrong. I don't know. That's why I'm checking, but this NGK come out, yeah? So this is a good one, as in the right one. The problem I'm having is, so if you see here, where the actual bottom part, and the washer included, flattens out, the same in regards to where it would crush, but if you see the center electrode is totally different, and then the side electrode is totally different. Now it's shorter, which means it won't hit the piston, but that's a massive variant. Now, what do? As you heard, I spoke to the customer. NGK, everyone knows NGK is the shit. It's good, it's great stuff, Japanese, all this kind of stuff. And it came out of the vehicle working. Remember, I'm not supplying anything. The customer is supplying everything. So that's what it pays to check. I'm gonna get him to pick me up. We're gonna throw NGKs in it. That's why you check your parts. Yep. So two things, side electrode is way longer.
Yep.
And if you look at the point in which it makes contact to the actual head, but the thread pitch may be the same, but that side electrode is coming out quite a bit. Not to mention the side electrode itself is quite a lot thinner on the NGK.
Yep.
And one way or another, all goes from NGK.
Yep, no worries. Good.
All right, so as you've seen, they didn't have any, so we're gonna go to a different store and grab them. But better to do that than not. And just like that, we have returned with the goods. But doesn't that look a whole lot better? You can kind of see at the base of that electrode how one is more worn than the other, and you can imagine it is the one that has been in there for quite a while. Price difference for this spark plug, it was an extra 15 bucks, but that money is well invested to make sure the thing doesn't blow up. So let's get back to work. Always doing this by hand, no power tools, because that's going to turn a pretty straightforward job into an absolute nightmare. It's nice and snug. I'm going to just go a quarter more. Done. Even on the box, I'm pretty sure it's like 17 Newton meters you tighten these things down to, so very light. Don't go crazy. When they're snug, quarter more turn, and then you'll be able to feel what's going on depending on the amount of leverage you're using. From there, coil pack straight back in. And now we get to do that 7 more times. So I'll remember, we're going to call this cylinder 1. Keep all this stuff together if the customer wants it later, or if they're going to use it, or for reference on anything, because chances are not all these coils are bad. Again, I didn't see the misfire. He had it diagnosed multiple times, and now he wants me to do it because he said when it gets hot, it starts misfiring really badly, and it has been confirmed it's a coil and or spark, but he just wants to get everything done so then he is safe to have no dramas in the future. So, update on the coil thing. Turns out I was wrong. There are different lengths, so that's why now I know. So example would be, this is a shorter one versus this. So there you go. There was a reason for it. All right. So we got it. That was not as bad as I thought it would be, but it's out. So let's throw the new one in. It's in, tightened by hand. It's pretty much bottomed out. Now I will tighten it with the ratchet. And we'll install the coil. All right, so everything is back in. Same with up in there. I'm sure everyone has their own kind of little tricks to doing that. I just kind of use this little wobbly bit thing and chucked a bit of an extension on the socket, and then also used a 1/4 inch ratchet to get at all the other little bolts. But that's back together. Let's show them on the other side. So this is the driver's side, so much easier to access. Famous last words, but it's looking a lot better than the other side. All right, we're on to the last coil. Everything's going swimmingly. Now, to not mess this last one up, and we should be good as gold. This, you're gonna have to be using a shitload of extensions and all the rest of it. All right, last one out. Remember, we've been keeping everything organized. I'm just counting this as like number 8. So this one ready to go. Throw it in, check the number. And then that's it. Still doing them all up by hand, obviously. slide into here.
So how do you test a coil?
There's many different ways you can, but the way I do it is run it. And if it misfires on, say, cylinder 1,
Yep.
I'll move the coil to cylinder 2. If the misfire stays at cylinder 1, it's the spark. But if it moves to cylinder 2, it's the coil. Or, like, if you got a skip, you just, in this type of thing, you just run it. It'll say misfire cylinder.
Whatever.
Last one is in. Chuck this cover back on, clean up, chuck this airbox on, and we'll fire it up and go for a drive. And 30 meters on any application, or you go to a bigger bolt, or a higher tensile or something like this. So with this, you could literally do this like hand tight and then grab it and just like, and that would be like in the book what it is.
Oh, right.
But that's too slow. Customer's jumping in, he's gonna fire it up. Fingers crossed, everything works, but we know it will. Yep. Oh, she's sounding smooth. She's sounding smooth, boys. That's what it sounds like when it's running on all 8 cylinders, because if it wasn't, it's only running on 7, it's kind of hard to hear. Obviously when you actually drive it, run like shit, go into limp mode and all that. But who cares about that? Jump in the car, take it for a spin, make sure it gets hot, confirm that we have solved the issue which he told me he had, and that's another happy customer. Right, so we're doing test drive. Mr. Customer's in the vehicle, he's driving because I don't need to bed these brakes in, but we already know they work. What we're trying to do is make sure we can simulate the problem he was having before to then shut the chapter on this and consider this a job done. This thing is a weapon of a vehicle. No warm-up procedure needed. How's she feeling, mate?
It feels awesome.
Excellent.
It feels awesome, bro.
When would it have normally misfired by now, you think? 100%?
100%.
And should be weak as piss going up the hills and stuff?
Oh, it wasn't weak as piss, but you had to give it to her.
Right. She feels like it power's back. Fucking hell, alright, the power's back.
You were saying, right? You were saying?
Yes, alright, there we go. So, you'll have seen in other videos I've done, I normally only replace one coil, this kind of thing. I'll never really just replace one spark plug, normally just one coil and do all the sparks. The reason for this is because, simply put, the customer either cannot afford or do not want to in the options. So I'll say, do you want to do all the coil packs, or do you just want to do the one? It's totally up to you. If you just do the one, just expect the others to fail at some point soon after. Maybe they'll last another 12 months, maybe they'll last another 2 weeks. But this is the kind of thing I speak to my customers about. Give them the information, give them the knowledge they need to make the correct decision. Because at the end of the day, I just do what I'm told, and unless it's to do with those sparks, which I do not regret, 100%, I made the right call on that, and I'm sure you guys will agree with me. This thing's ripping again. Very happy, very good. Luckily, he totally understands about using the NGK stuff. I explained everything to him the way I explained it to him in the video. He's going to obviously watch this video, check it all out. But other than that, we're up to temperature. He's gave it a bit of a fang, and it's feeling pretty good, to be honest with you. These things rip for such a big freaking vehicle. Back in the hot seat, customer's been kind enough to let me have a drive. Believe it or not, I was that way. I was recording before, but as usual, because I'm really smart, I didn't push and record. But he's giving me a cruise of this because he wanted to know if it was feeling good, brakes, this, that. It feels so good. I'm pretty sure they use the same booster as like the cruisers and stuff. One thing we were talking about is a lot of those diesel cruisers and even other diesel patrols and whatnot, Volkswagens, all this, that throttle response is quite slow. So people will get those throttle controllers where this just on tap power type thing. So it's pretty cool. And I'm telling you, the brakes will throw you through the windscreen if you weren't strapped down. They do good. But he wants to get his front brakes done as well, because he does quite a bit of, let's say, intense driving, to put it mildly, but you won't have to worry about the coils and the sparks now.
Feels amazing.
It's an absolute luxury vehicle to drive. You know,
right.
ticks a lot of the boxes. I do feel, to be honest with you, I'm not just saying that because I do feel a slight shudder in the brakes, eh? Something I'm noticing.
Nah, I've noticed it too, because when I drive interstate, and I've been driving for ages, and I go up through ranges,
yes,
when I come back down, they start to shudder.
Alright, we made it back just, but I'm going to end the video here. Some more final thoughts.
Sensational work, sensational work. Can't be happier.
But you already knew that. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, check out the other stuff. If you want to get in contact with me, hit up this Facebook page here. If you want to email me down below somewhere there. And if you want to become a member of the channel, jump over and join. There's a free giveaway every month. It helps the channel out. Also, don't forget, I sell some products. If you want to buy them, jump over to the store because I got a new set of products coming soon. It's going to be sweet. Anyway guys, thank you so much again. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.